Today's video is a 2025 Spring Home refresh. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a 2025 Spring Home refresh. This is just part one. Yesterday I put out a video going over my whole game plan, what I wanted to refresh in our house, what I wanted to redecorate, what my plans were. We also did shopping in that video and I gave a decor haul with a lot of the pieces you're gonna be seeing today. We're gonna be refreshing, doing like a mini makeover on my upstairs bathroom, the guest bathroom. We're also going to be redecorating the kitchen and a few other areas in my home. Hope you guys are excited. We have a ton to cover. Like I said, this is only part one. I bit off a lot more than I can chew, so I'm going to be doing a part two to this in just a few days, but I'm so excited to finally have my home in order. So if you need some motivation and you're looking for some easy ideas to refresh your space, be sure to keep watching because we're going to go ahead and jump into it. I am so excited to give this bathroom a whole refresh. It just needs it so desperately. Like, look at this sink area. There's stuff on here that's just so not functional and just decorative. And now that we have two kids and this is their bathroom, we need it to be just functional. Like, I do not need these little decorative things filled with like cotton balls and Q-tips. Like, it's gotta go. So I'm really excited. I got a ton of stuff yesterday at HomeGoods to completely make over this space. We're also going to be changing out the shower curtain. I have a really cool like luxury DIY shower curtain hack that's going to make this look so much better, and all new rugs and everything. And we're going with a whole new color. If you saw my preparing for this video, then you know, but we're going to be changing everything out to this like really beautiful blue color scheme, and I think it's going to look so much better. All right, the first major item on the list is to change out this shower curtain and liner, because first of all, it's just gross, and second of all, it's way too short. I was just really struggling with like, I couldn't find a shower curtain that was long enough, and then I started doing some online searching and realized, why do I have to use a shower curtain? I can use any curtain, and they sell curtains in all different lengths. So we're actually going to be using a curtain and shower liner that's 96 inches long. I got this really pretty just white linen curtain that is 96 inches long and 70 inches wide from Amazon. I also grabbed a 96-inch shower liner, so we're going to be changing out both of those, and I think that's going to help just brighten up the space so much with just that one simple change. And because it's super long, we're going to be able to raise up the shower curtain rod, and that's just going to make it feel so much bigger. It is just wild how cluttered a space can be, especially once you have two children. It just feels like we can't keep up with absolutely anything, which is a little bit stressful, but that's okay. Brian and I honestly make such a great team. I'm so thankful to have him, but I'm really excited to put some new organization systems in place. And I just feel like when you refresh a space, you are more likely to actually keep it organized because you want it to look as good as it did when you first did it, if that makes sense. I don't know if any of you guys saw my video where we redid the under the pantry closet. I think it was like my nesting video. I can link that down below if you guys want to watch it, because that's also really satisfying. But we completely cleaned out our under the stairs closet, introduced some new organization systems for our shoes, and I'm proud to report that our under the stairs closet has remained just as it did in that video, perfectly organized, and the systems that we put in place work so well for us. That's what it's all about, is like finding systems that will work for you. So like what I'm showing in my video might not work for you, but you can maybe get ideas and figure out something that will work in your space and something you'll be motivated to keep organized. I know a lot of you guys might be shocked to see that I do in fact own a blow dryer. I'm just making jokes, but I've gotten some comments, especially recently, about how I just always wear my hair in a bun, and it really bothers some people. I'm so sorry that the way I wear my hair bothers you. To be completely honest, it's for many reasons. One, I just don't really have a lot of time to blow dry my hair. Two, I live in Florida and it's about 80 trillion degrees. So the second I start sweating, I'm just going to put it up anyways. And three, I have really intense sensory issues, which is why a lot of times I don't wear a lot of jewelry. Like, I wear it when I'm filming, but you'll never catch me wearing jewelry like, you know, when I'm not getting ready to go out of the house or something. And the moment I get home, I have to take it all off. I can like feel all the rings on my fingers. I can feel my earrings in my ears. I just don't like it when things touch me. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. So especially my hair, I just hate having it in my face. And every single time I blow dry it, I'm just tempted to put it up. So that's why I just wear it up most of the time. I'd rather like style it to be up because I feel like that looks better than like when I blow dry it and then have to like inevitably put it in a ponytail. But yeah, I do in fact own a blow dryer. I didn't even really realize it when I bought the towels, but they're kind of reversible, so you can have white with blue flowers on one side and then the other side is blue with white flowers, which is so pretty. I'm going with the white with blue flowers, but I love that I can kind of change it up. It almost feels like I got two towels for the price of one, which I love. Next up, we are changing out the shower curtain. So for this, I just like wanted to make the space feel bigger. It's a very small bathroom, so that's why I wanted to add in brighter colors. I also wanted to change out the shower curtain, and I wanted to find a way to make the bathroom just feel bigger and brighter. So I started looking on TikTok. TikTok is honestly my favorite search engine, so I really hope that the app doesn't end up actually going away because that would be really sad for me. But it's such a good search engine. Like, you can just go into the search bar and get a really quick and easy answer of like how to quickly do something. So I was looking up how I can make my small bathroom feel bigger, and someone suggested using a real curtain. So like I said, I did buy a pack of curtains. I just measured and I ended up going with 96 inches. Regular curtains come in way more lengths than shower curtains, and it's also really hard to find elongated shower curtains, but you can just get regular and then make sure you get a liner, and it just makes the space feel so much larger. Bryn is just getting so big now. She is turning 2 this week, which I can't even believe. So you probably saw the little potty. And I also wanted to get her a little step stool. You can definitely find more expensive versions like on Pottery Barn or on Etsy. You can get them like personalized. Maybe down the road we will do that. But for now, I just wanted to get a little one that we can have in the bathroom so she can go up to the sink and brush her teeth and just feel a little bit more independent. We're working on hand washing and independently brushing our teeth. And we're going to start to work on potty training sometime in the next like 6 to 12 months. But yeah, she's super excited about her step stool. You guys have probably seen in some of my other videos, if we ever have like a ladder or a stool out, she loves to climb up there. So I knew she would love having her very own little stool for the sink. So I have these gold frames that I had laying around I wasn't using, and I knew I wanted to add some artwork and just kind of put something on these walls. I went on to Etsy and I just kind of searched like blue bathroom prints, and these are kind of abstract beach prints. I was originally going to do one on each wall, but Brian thought that looked weird, so we just decided to do the one over the toilet. I had to get it printed 20 by 30 size, and then I just cut it down because the frames are 20 by 20. But this is a super easy and affordable way to add artwork into your space, and I feel like this is the perfect finishing touch just to add something onto these bare walls, but nothing too busy, nothing too crazy. It doesn't make the space feel any more cluttered. It just kind of fills in that wall space, and I think it was the perfect finishing touch. I love the bathroom. I absolutely love the way that it came out. This space was dying for a refresh, and I feel like it looks so good. Obviously, with having a newborn in the house, sleep deprivation is something that definitely starts to set in, and our bedroom is absolutely a testament to that. We haven't been getting the most sleep, but I have been getting great sleep thanks to my Nod Pod. Nod Pod gives you all the benefits of a weighted blanket, but in an eye mask or a compact pod or both. The Nod Pod eye mask is the first strap-free weighted sleep sack that's actually designed for side sleeping, but can be used in any sleeping position. I'm a side sleeper, so it's perfect for me. You guys know I'm kind of like a silk snob. I have all silk bedding, and I have the silk Nod Pod as well, and I am obsessed. If you're someone who struggles with headaches like I do, you can also stick your Nod Pod eye mask into the freezer, and that will make it super cold and help relieve even more tension whenever you have a headache. I just love my Nod Pods. They just provide such great natural stress relief, and I feel like they help me sleep so much better, especially with a newborn next to me. I even got one for my sister because I love it so much and I want her to try it out as well. I'm just obsessed, and I know you will be too, so click the link in the description and use the code Katie20 to get 20% off site-wide. Nod Pod is an amazing female-owned company. They give 1% of their sales to mental health, so please check them out below. And thanks again to Nod Pod for sponsoring today's video. As you can probably tell, currently our bedding is all mismatched. I just got all of the items from different places at different times, so I definitely have big plans to change that in part 2 of my home refresh. It's just really bugging me that our bedding doesn't match, and I would rather keep the stuff that doesn't match as like our backup bedding, which is something my mom pretty much lectured me about the entire time she was here watching Bryn while we had Conan. She was like, I can't believe you are a 30-year-old woman and you only have one set of sheets. Sorry, Mom. I promise that is coming to an end very soon. Us having mismatched bedding is honestly just so perfect because it just feels as disheveled as our lives have felt the last few months. Ever since Conan was born, things have just been super chaotic. He has a milk allergy, so he's just been like pretty uncomfortable and pretty sick since he was born. We're kind of getting to the bottom of all of that and finally figuring out what works for him, what formula is going to work for him, but that has been extremely stressful for all of us, especially Brian and I, just because, you know, you just want your baby to be happy and healthy, and he is, but it's just this one big thing. Of course, he just survives off of formula at this point, so not being able to figure out why he's so uncomfortable and spitting up and all of these other things has just been super stressful. And on top of all of that, we lost our dog Wyatt, which has been extremely heartbreaking. Ever since Conan was born, his health just started to decline really rapidly, and so that was just a really hard thing for me to deal with, but especially Brian. Brian has had Wyatt since he was in college. He got Wyatt when he was like 6 weeks old, and they've been together forever. Wyatt was 14. He was the best dog, but we miss him so much, and it just feels like every time we have a baby we lose a dog, which is so sad and upsetting. And it's probably just a coincidence, but we're 2 for 2 at this point, and we really don't like that these heartbreaking things always happen at the same time as what are supposed to be like the happiest moments of our lives. Alright, we gotta work on the kitchen, and I was like, I should clean up first, put our groceries away first, but you know what? I can just include that and keep it real. Like, this is what our house looks like most of the time these days at the beginning of the day or partway through the day, and that is okay because we are about to give this a whole refresh. I'm actually so excited to kind of like redo the counters and play with the decor, but first we gotta get this all cleaned up. As I mentioned before, we are trying to work on Bryn being a little bit more independent and just kind of feeling a little bit more grown up. I know that she's really craving that. I can just tell. So she does have these little snack containers, and we had them higher up in the pantry, but I thought that maybe she would enjoy it if we moved them a little bit lower. Instead of going to the pantry and having to ask us for a snack because she can't reach it, she can just go in the pantry and grab a snack and bring it to us to open. She's been really enjoying it. It's been kind of a learning curve. The first 2 days, she would just bring us snacks like every 6 seconds, and then she would not eat any of her meals. So we had to kind of wait for the excitement of having access to the snacks wear off, but it's going a little bit better, and I think she really enjoys being able to like go in there, see all of her options, pick what she wants, and then bring it to us to open it. And next step is teaching her how to open everything. Watching these clips back is kind of giving me a little bit of anxiety. I just feel like our house felt so disheveled, more than normal for us. Brian is very, very type A when it comes to like the house and like the cleanliness, and with the kids, he's more like go with the flow type B, and I'm the complete opposite. With the house, I'm definitely a little bit more type B, and with the kids, I'm super, super type A. So it's really good we balance each other out in that respect, but just having to like have all the counters be cluttered with stuff, and I absolutely despise our countertops. They're just granite, they're nice, but I just don't like the pattern of them because it's so busy, and it just makes me feel like our house is always so cluttered. One thing I do absolutely love though is our Baby Brezza bottle washer, and honestly all of the appliances that we have on our counter. So we have the Baby Brezza Bottle Washer Pro. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Your time is worth way more than the $300 that the machine costs. I spent countless hours washing bottles when Bryn was a newborn. Every single night when she would go to bed, I would spend 45 minutes to an hour over the sink scrubbing bottles. Never again. Absolutely never again. We also have the Baby Brezza bottle maker, and that is another one of my most favorite baby products. It is like the MVP. I just love Baby Brezza products. I recommend them to every single mom who is thinking about bottle feeding or is going to be pumping. The bottle washer can also wash pump parts. Just save yourself the time. You are worth it and you deserve it. So get yourself those machines. I just can't recommend them enough. Seriously, life-changing. Moving on, we are decorating the butler's pantry shelf. This is one of the shelves that has just remained empty for like the last month and a half, and it is finally time to decorate it. Most of the items on here are items that I've used on there in the past, so I'm just reusing and recycling a lot of my decor, which is definitely what I wanted to do in this video. We are trying to not spend any money. So not no spend 2025, just spend less 2025. So on here and in many areas of my home, I wanted to use a lot of items that I've already had and just use them in new ways. Here is where I landed for this shelf. Definitely using mostly stuff that I've had. The only new items that I haven't like used to decorate this before are this towel that came with my set of towels, so I had an extra one anyways, and I thought it went perfect, as well as this little art print right here. That is from Target as well. But those are the only two new items. The rest of the stuff is stuff that's been here before, which is fine, but I think it looks super cute. This counter is all refreshed and clean, which feels so nice because just like formula gets on the counters, tons of stuff from the toaster gets on the counters, coffee grounds, and I'm glad that this is cleaned off. I need to go ahead and empty this now. Like in the time that I've been cleaning and stuff, this ran its course. And then I just need to refill it, and then we're actually gonna run a descaling cycle for this. Every like 2 weeks or so, we try to run the descaler just to make sure the machine is working optimally, but this is so fresh and so clean. So happy with my refreshed butler pantry. beloved footed tray. I got this in yesterday's video. In case you missed it, I did a whole video about how I planned to conquer the clutter, and we did some shopping in that video, and I also gave a haul of the items that I purchased that are new to decorate with, and this is one of them, and I just love it so much. Initially, I wanted to put this tray in the corner because I want to like move around the decor and have a few more options of how I can put things, but because the outlet is in the middle of the wall and I wanted to have the lamp plugged in, I had to kind of like keep things the way that they've been. But I think I'm gonna get one of those rechargeable light bulbs. That way I can still always have the lamp on, but just have a little bit more freedom of where to put it. I just didn't like the way the wire looked, kind of being dragged over into the corner, but I do love the way that this came out. Like I said, I think I'm going to order one of those rechargeable light bulbs, but I love that. Now we are moving on to the other side of the counter, not doing too much over here, just kind of moving our little cutting board over there and redoing and kind of refreshing the utensil crock, wiping off the counters, but nothing too revolutionary on this side. Our family has grown, which means it is time to refresh the photo wall. We got the most beautiful photos from Conan's newborn shoot. We absolutely love our family photographer. We have used her for everything. If you're in Central Florida, reach out to me and I will give you her info because she is amazing. She takes, first of all, amazing photos. I love that you get full galleries. Her pricing is really good, and then also she just makes you feel really comfortable when you're taking the photos, which is probably the most important thing with a photographer. She's just so amazing. We love her so much. We tried to keep the styles of the shoot the same, like the colors that we wore and stuff very similar. That way all of the photos that we have from Bryn's newborn shoot and our pregnancy announcements blended in with these new photos as well. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't think I have seen the top of my dining room table mess free for well over a year, besides for like when I first decorated, but this is just such a space where clutter collects and it just like everything migrates to the table, because that is the garage door, so that's where we come in, and our dining room table is just like the landing zone where everything tends to hit. So I'm, for once and for all, or at least for now, going to get it cleaned off, and I feel like having some new little decor pieces that I'm excited about might motivate me to actually keep it clean. So I got a new marble Lazy Susan. I used to have a gold tray that I had on here for a while, some coasters, salt and pepper shakers, and just a little green plant, and hopefully I will be able to keep this cleaned off so that we can actually enjoy this space a little bit more mess free for at least a few days. I also wanted to go ahead and vacuum off the bench. It is pretty messy. Bryn stained it really bad with red food coloring. We were decorating cookies for Christmas, which was totally my bad, but I needed to try to get some Folex or something to clean that off. You can't see it, but it's behind the car seat. And then I'm finally putting away the high chair. Bryn does not sit in the high chair, and I just can't look at it anymore. All right, the kitchen is officially refreshed. Counters are all cleared off. I have a few more dishes I need to put in the dishwasher now. Redecorated this, and I love it. I love this little tray so much with like the feet, and I put one of my older Hearth and Hand mini lamps. I also have the Hearth and Hand. This is all Hearth and Hand, actually, I think, except for this. I think that's Threshold. But these are from Hearth and Hand, HomeGoods, Hearth and Hand. I will link everything that I can. So that's what's over here. And then we have more Hearth and Hand over here. I really like their kitchen stuff. This is one of their vases. I'm just using it as a utensil crock. And then the cutting board. But yeah, this is redecorated, and I think it looks so cute. I'm really excited about the breakfast nook. So I took off the table runner, and I think it looks great without one. Honestly, we just never really sit down to eat. But on here, on my new tray, we have some coasters, marble salt and pepper shakers, and just like a little plant, and then like a marble napkin holder. Then I did change out the pictures. So glad that all of our family are on these photos now, as well as like around the rest of the house. So I'm glad we were able to tackle this as well. And I did put away the high chair. Bryn literally has not sat in that high chair for well over a year. Like randomly here and there she'll ask to sit in it, but then wants to get out within 2 seconds. So we just don't need to be looking at it anymore, especially if we're not using it. If you're wondering, this toddler tower is where she eats all of her meals. If not, she eats like over at her little table in the living room, but she's just not a sitting kind of girl. Remember earlier when I mentioned transforming our dining room into a playroom? That's why. It's just because we have so many toys in our living room, which is fine. It's just not a big space. So one, it's not a lot of space for her to play, but two, everything just gets like super mixed up and messed up. And I feel like that is also harder for her to clean up. So we might be transforming our dining room into a playroom. Stay tuned on that, but it's something we've been heavily considering. Okay, this room is picked up. Looks so much better. Definitely still have lots of toys everywhere, but at least they're more organized. I am washing some of the pillow covers, and then I just did some like spot cleaning on the couch. So that will be nice when it dries. Wiped off that, vacuumed. But I would like to try to like work on styling this more. This was just stuff that I threw on here, and I'm not like loving this, so we're gonna try to restyle it. I'm gonna be so for real, I could not tell you what any of those remotes go to, so I put them in a baggie, put them in the junk drawer, and if we ever find ourselves needing or looking for a remote, hopefully it is in that bag. But it is the end of an era. We're taking my Hearth and Hand vase off of the media console. It's the end of an era, guys. It's been on there for forever, but it is time to bring in something new. I'm just kind of playing with a bunch of different options. Some of these items I've had for a while, and they've been like up in our bedroom, or I just like haven't used them yet, but I will try to link whatever I can in the YouTube shopping tab down below, or try to link similar items if I can't link the exact items, like if they're from HomeGoods. But just kind of playing around with some new decoration ideas. Lots of decorative books. Definitely like my favorite thing is layering books and then just doing different decor stacks and different items on top. Brian was also sitting on the couch kind of giving me input on what he thought. He loves that bowl. I was going to do something else. I have this like travertine knot that I was going to use, but he really loves the bowl because we can put the TV remote up there and Bryn can't get to it. But yeah, just playing around with a ton of different ideas. I played around with it a little bit after I stopped filming as well, but just keeping it really neutral, changing it up a little bit, adding in some fresh greenery for the spring, and this is where we landed. Well, all right, everybody, there you have it. Part one of my spring home refresh. There's gonna be at least one more part, maybe two, because there's just a lot that I want to get done, get reset, get refreshed in our home. I will try to link anything I can in the YouTube shopping tab, and thank you again to NodPod for sponsoring today's video. Let me know what your favorite area was. I love the new decorations in the kitchen, and I'm also super excited about the bathroom, but I'm really excited to refresh the dining room. We are thinking about changing that space into a playroom, like just completely redoing it, but not 100% sure, but that's gonna get refreshed in part two. Let me know what your favorite part was of the video, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for being here and shopping and decorating and refreshing with me today and every day. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.